The Conductor and the Echo have escaped, but she's still very much alive. In today's video, we take a look at some new lore that details where she went and what Osiris and Saint have been doing in the meantime to locate her remnants. If you played this week's conclusion, you know what happens. After trying to find the real Chioma ourselves to convince the Conductor to stand down, the Conductor escapes into Vex Radiolaria and survives, the Echo along with her.
I can only make you look. Perhaps, in time, you will see.
In recent days, I've made some videos discussing the episode's overall story, how this ending kinda sucked and left us in the same place where we started. Regardless though, we still discuss Destiny's story here, so let's pick up where it left off in the end. There are some hints about what happened to her, and we can speculate from what they give us. Here's what Saint and Failsafe said about the situation afterwards.
So she still lives, hidden somewhere in the Vex network. I hope she will abandon her terrible search for her lost Chioma. But I fear she may be beyond reason.
Greetings, Captain. I am quite pleased that you are alive. My planetary scans reveal that the Vex machinery within Nessus is dormant once again. Perhaps learning the truth about Chioma caused Maya to question her own judgment and halt her plans for galactic domination.
Or maybe she changed her mind when Saint Unit and Ikora blasted the paint off her chassis.
Either way, she has vanished into the Vex network. I will continue monitoring Nessus, but I believe we can celebrate a successful mission.
In the final lore card for the lore book Polyphony, we get more updates from Nimbus. Failsafe speaks about the current state of Nessus, and Osiris and Saint are seen further exploring the Vex network in search of Maya. The final card, Tech Support, says this. Incoming message. Failsafe system alert pulled her attention from Nimbus, who's excitedly pacing the helm while delivering a spirited recounting of the last Iron Banner finals. Saladin had been routing the feeds to Neomuna, and the Cloud Strider was thoroughly enraptured by the high drama, judging by Failsafe's internal chronometer, entirely too enraptured. She shrewdly routed the message alerts to her external display screen. Nimbus, buddy, she began. Hint taken. Nimbus grinned, spreading their huge hands wide. I'll let you get back to your whole being a ship thing. If you see Osiris, tell him Jisoo Calorando is looking for an interview about his sick bird hat. Or no, say that the Cloud Arc is losing integrity, and the only biorhythms from, like, a truly old and decrepit dude will save it. I'm on it, Failsafe said, and pushed a code image of a thumbs up to her display. Nimbus laughed and gave Failsafe 2 enormous finger guns as they transmatted out. Failsafe accessed her messages. She batched approved the bounty request from the Guardian still scouring Nessus for the remnants of the Conductor's Vex. She puzzled next over a message from Houselight scribe Ido, as it did not appear to contain any discernible requests. She marked it for non-urgent reply and sorted it into one of her new subfolders, Socialization Platonic. Another message was a scheduled reminder to familiarize herself with the Helm systems, which were woefully unprepared for the kind of worst-case scenario she had encountered with the Exodus Black. She would have to update the safety systems, bring emergency transmat relays online, calculate possible terrestrial touchdown sites in the likely event of a forced landing. Unquestionably important work, but for the first time, she felt it could wait. Failsafe eagerly processed the next series of critical system messages. One unintended but entirely welcome consequence of the increased Guardian activity on Nessus was that the resident Fallen were being actively discouraged from raiding her wreckage. Without the constant incursions, her power systems were slowly beginning to build a reserve charge. Low power alert, 6%, the warnings blared, and Failsafe beeped with satisfaction. There was a sudden burst of golden flame, a scattering of reflected figures, and Osiris transmitted onto the helm. "Failsafe," he said brusquely as he walked toward her console. "Osiris," she replied, and opened a swirling readout of polynomial splines. Osiris and Saint had been journeying into the Nessus Vex network and searching for the Conductor, one simulated branch at a time. Osiris highlighted portions of 17 intersecting wavelengths. "Set is cleared," he commanded, and Failsafe changed their color to a bright lime green. Osiris zoomed the display out, and the green became a pixel-wide dot amidst the swaying fractal tangle of the network. 17 down, Failsafe said. Infinity to go. Osiris sighed wearily in agreement. "And the odds that these 17 have already been overwritten are?" he asked. Failsafe gave a low-pitched beep. "Do you need the real math on that? Because it's 99 point a whole lot of lines." Osiris shook his head. "She's somewhere in the network, along with the echo of command. And even though he knows the chances of finding her are impossibly small, Saint is continuing to search." He absently drummed his hand on Failsafe's control panel. "What do you think he'll do if he finds her?" she asked. "I believe he will... How shall I put this?" Osiris said softly. The faintest of smiles played over his face. "Saint doesn't have much patience for anyone who makes those he cares about feel helpless." Osiris's gaze wandered to the research base, and Failsafe dispensed a synthesized mealworm into Captain Jacobson's enclosure. The proto-frog blinked slowly, then devoured the grub in one clumsy gulp. Osiris nodded in approval. "Generate a fresh set of network coordinates, please," he said, and Failsafe whirred a response as numbers filled her screen. She sent them to Osiris's datapad with a reassuring tone, and he turned to leave. "Osiris," she said, "Nimbus misses hanging out with you. You ought to visit him sometime." Osiris tightened his lips. "Very well," he said, then hesitated. "Failsafe, be thankful that incoming message." The alert filled Failsafe's display screen, and Osiris stopped himself with a half shake of his head and a smirk. "I'll leave it to you," he said, and vanished in another flash of golden fire. Failsafe sorted through her new messages. "Low power alert 7%, read the critical warning, and she dismissed it happily. So there's multiple things happening here in this card. Nimbus wants to hang out with Osiris more, Ido contacts Failsafe, and then the whole Saint and Osiris thing. The Ido part is interesting as it might be a hint at the next episode, Revenant. You wouldn't know it from playing the season story gameplay-wise, but throughout the lore, Ido has been trying to help the main characters behind the scenes. Osiris tells her she can help by working with Failsafe at the helm. There's also another card of a conversation between Ido and the Spider, where Ido wants to help Aramis, wants to find her, bring her back to reinstate her as one of the Elixni leaders. She believes that she can be redeemed. The interesting part is the Vanguard is aware of that conversation. So might Aramis be wrapped up once again with Fikrul, Crow, and the Echo next episode? We know she supposedly took a catch and returned to their homeworld of Rees, but not sure why Bungie would bring her back up in some context like this. In the card though, Failsafe ignores Ido's message, which could be nothing, but it could also be pretty important. Osiris tells us that he and Saint have been searching the Vex network through Nessus since the Conductor left in search of her and her Echo, but have had no luck. They've searched a bunch of entryways, but there's so many more that remain, Failsafe says, pretty much infinite. Think sort of back to when Osiris was also looking for Saint. He split up his echoes into the thousands, maybe even millions, to search different timelines, but he was unsuccessful. The sundial came around, and then they found Saint. So the Vex network is a crazy place with tons of different simulations, with doorways, things like that. What we do know is that there are copies of Maya and Chioma that still exist here. The Conductor once more. And also Asher, Pradith, and the Great Quiet Thing, the Knotworm as it was described. So the Vex network still holds much mystery, and it makes me think about future stories. Is this truly a send-off for Maya Sundaresh? or a cliffhanger to reveal this enemy once more in the future with more dire consequences. She told us that in time we may see, so when could that time be? Is it Apollo? Is it next episode? Anyway, Guardians, that's all we got for today's video. If you'd like to see some more Destiny lore and mysteries just like it, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.